Hello and welcome to 2 Minute Torah with me, Rabbi Tzvi Solomons of the Jewish community of Berkshire. Our website is www.jacob, that's jcob.org. Today, the 12th of May, today is the 31st day of the Emor, and it's Parshat Emor, which gives initially the requirements of priesthood and the way who they can marry and that sort of thing, who the priests can marry. Shabbat comes in here in Reading at 8:30. There'll be a service later this evening at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow Shabbat service will be at 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:30, and Shabbat goes out at 9:45. That's quite late. Next week we've got a full Shabbat service in the morning, and Shabbat comes in next week at 19 minutes to 9. Now, Emor talks about the Kohanim, as I've already intimated, and it describes who we are allowed to marry if we're Kohanim, if we're priests. It also talks about the requirements for serving in the temple. And so there are many prohibitions. And the question, therefore, is why does the Torah prohibit certain people to marry the Kohen? So you can't marry a divorcee, you can't marry someone who's a convert, you can't marry someone who has had relations with someone else before you got married to them, unless of course they're a widow. And if you're a high priest, you're not even allowed to marry a widow. There's also other prohibitions about flaws in a person's body that don't allow them to act as a priest. And on top of that, there is the idea that in halakha, that a high priest is not allowed to serve in the temple if they're left-handed. They're not allowed to be high priest. You can only have a high priest who's right-handed. So what's the idea? Well, the idea is, first of all, the idea of bodily perfection. When people have a flaw in their body, or they're disabled in some way, the disability comes in a different way. Everyone who has one of these problems with their body has a problem in a different manner. It's not always in a uniform manner. And the priest is supposed to be representative. And perhaps this is appropriate at this time when we're going through an election campaign. A representative, in a religious sense, is supposed to be permanently a representative of the people that they are supposed to represent. The majority of the people, therefore, don't have flaws in their bodies, and the majority of people, therefore, aren't left-handed, they're right-handed. So that's why the high priest has to be a right-handed person. So it's a lovely idea that a person, as a religious representative, is a symbolic representative of each one of us in a physical manner. Just as when we vote, we hope to choose someone who will be a representative of our ideals, our values, our ethos, and what we stand for, and our ethics. I wish everyone Shabbat Shalom.